Hey everybody, coming at you from out in the wilderness, and we have who on the camera?
Heyo.
We have Nick. Okay, always makes it easier on me when Nick's around. Now, for those of you, a lot of you may have heard of Morris Kohansky's Super Shelter. If you haven't, look it up. The man's a legend. Now, I have created a permanent super shelter, one that you can use over and over and over again. And in the midst of creating it, I've also come up with a good idea for how to convert it into a different kind of a shelter. So we're going to try to set up before dark. We're going to set up one of the ways and show you how it's set up, and then we're going to flip around and show you the other way of how we're going to use it tonight. But, you know, normally a super shelter, you'll take like some reflective Mylar, preferably a tube tent large enough, and then some polyethylene plastic drop cloth, and you put these two elements together and you build your super shelter. And then usually after you've had a fire and you spent the night in it, this thing's usually trashed. But I've got one that I've created that you can use over and over and over and over. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get this backpack off, and we're going to lay it on the ground, and I'm going to show you the contents of it, and then I'm going to lay out the shelter, and we're going to take kind of a quick look at it. Now, there's a feature of the super shelter I haven't finished, and I haven't even set it up and tried it yet. So when I set it up, this is going to kind of determine how I finish, how I put the final finishing touches on it. So, okay. You excited and ready to go, Nick?
Oh yeah.
All right. All right, so let's set this thing on the ground and let's have a look. Now, in Nick's backpack, he's got his hammock and he's got the food. In mine, I have the nuts and bolts of the video. So let's have a look right here. And I also brought my special backpack that I don't know if a lot of people have seen it or not, but this is my Alice pack that I have converted to have a bow saw frame as, well, a bow saw as a frame. And I'll show you more of that in a minute. And since the last time I showed this a year ago, I added some quick release buckles right here, which has just been absolutely wonderful. So, all right, let's lay this out. Lay this out right here by this tree so we can keep up with everything, especially since it's getting dark. Alright, I have a grill. I have a whoopee to keep me warm, because without it you will be cold. Alright, got a couple.
Can we make coffee later? I'm gonna throw some of it on you for that joke.
Alright, so we got a coffee pot here, and got another whoopee, because without it you will be cold.
Now, I mean, I have coffee now I can throw on you.
Okay. I don't know what this is. I didn't forget what that is. It may be my fire kit. I packed this thing a long time ago. Oh yeah, that's a fire kit, and then I've got my reflective flag. We need to run that flag, Nick, so that we don't get shot by hunters. Yeah, and that's a fire kit there. And I think that's a small first aid kit. Okay, this is the nuts and bolts of the shelter here. This is what I like to call 6 pounds of paradise. Now, yes, it's 6 pounds, but there's a lot of junky tents that weigh 6 pounds. But this can be, I believe, 3 different shelters, and there may be more. And there's something else that I'm going to explain about that. Oh, see these stupid looking things here, these buckles? This is what was on the Alice, and I switched it over to those Fast Techs. So let's just empty this pack out. That, I think, is part of my, well, that's a couple of cups. That's part of the cook kit and some extra cups. We'll need that later. And we have, okay, this is the plastic that I'm always going to carry in this pack for in case I want to actually use this as a super shelter instead of just a lean-to. And I don't think we're going to run a fire tonight because the wind has been picking up severely. But we have that option. This is a component kit for the shelter, and then we have some various rope, because I didn't know what we were going to need because I've never set this up. This is straight off the sewing machine. All right. Now the bow saw. This is for those of you. There's a lot of people that never go back and look at my videos. Oh, and I got a couple of canteens here. Look at that. That one's come undone. I almost lost that Alice clip. Let me pop that thing back in there. That's not good. While I'm bumbling around wasting daylight. There you go. Okay, so I got canteens on each side of the cups for if I need them. Now let's take a look at this. The whole idea behind a super shelter is for if you want to heat with wood. So the way this thing works here, let's pull this off and take a look at it. If I remember how it comes off. Okay, you undo these straps. These are factory Alice straps down here that go around the factory frame. So you undo these just like this, because you may want to modify an Alice like this one day. You lift up the frame and then you pull the kidney belt off, and then these straps right here are secured with carabiners. See right there? So you undo them and slide them through, and then you're going to clip these back on so that you don't lose them. Let's unclip this one. Pull it off. There you go. Alright, there you go right there. And then you pull this through. Now, the bow saw, the way it supports the pack is by that Fastex buckle. And see, this is what it looks like. And this is what, it actually makes a very stiff frame. And so this cloth is tapered and it's held on by these two Fastex buckles. And all you do is simply slide that off, pull off this piece of PVC pipe, and there you have a bow saw. Because the idea behind heating all night long is not putting on a bunch of little wood, but some three huge pieces of wood. And this is like when you're down at 0 degrees. And see, it's only going to get into the 40s tonight, so it may be overkill. But I wanted to show you that that is an option, because there's a lot of people that are carrying silky saws and Baco Laplanders. And those little folding saws, they are fantastic. They work great. But for a super shelter, you ain't going to do no logs this big. You got to have a bow saw. But bow saws are hard to carry, so that's my solution for carrying a bow saw. So what we're going to do now is we're going to unfold the shelter and lay it over here, and we're just going to lay it out so you can get kind of a better look at it. All right, you ready, Nick?
Ready.
All right. Hey, just a minute ago we hear dogs barking, and there's something moving over there behind that bamboo. I don't hear it now. I didn't even know there was dogs over there. Of course, there's a road not far from here, so I guess that's why. All right, so let's take a look at this thing right here. You can see it's a little heavy, 6 pounds total, but it's pretty compact. So what we're going to do is we're going to unhook these carabiner bungees. That's what's holding it on. Now, if I had a normal Alice, I could use those to attach it to the bottom of the pack. So let's unfold this thing and take a look at it. We have, the outside is a woodland camo, and then the inside is a reflective material. Now, one of the uses of this, you can see the size of that, it's very large. These things, these are 2 ends. They're like 3 by 3.5. And I have not attached them. They're just because I'm going to clip them on, because I don't know for which configuration I'm going to permanently attach them to, but those are a part of it. We'll get to them in a minute. Now, first and foremost, you could just set this thing up as an overhead tarp, period. Okay. The other thing that you can do, and I experimented with it the other day, is when it was about 40 degrees Fahrenheit, I laid this out in the sun, and I laid right in the middle. And I let the sun hit all around me. And when I did, I felt a warmth around me. Now, that's no advantage at night, but it's definitely an advantage if you're in a situation like that and you can take advantage of the sun. So the whole inside of it is like this. I have loose spaced ever so often. this is the shelter part of it, the woodland camo part, and this is the bottom of it. Now, this material here is some of the toughest vinyl I have ever experienced. And I don't even know the name of it, but I'll try to give you a close-up of it. But my dad was at a flea market and he found a roll of this stuff and he bought it because he knew I was into this kind of stuff. So it's a double layer. It's got this and then it's got this. Let's take a look. See if that'll. Is that focusing in on it a little bit?
Yeah, it's on it.
All right. That takes a minute for it to focus in.
You can feel how thick it is.
Oh yeah, it is
Just
some thick
touching it.
stuff. See, all you have to do is clear the sticks off the ground. You don't even have to worry about little plants and twigs and stumps. You can just lay right over it. All right, so let's take. I'm gonna set this up one way because I'm gonna show you something about the first way that this can be set up. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run. Let's see. I'm gonna run this rope through these loops. And then I'm going to tie it up to a tree, and then I'm going to show you one of the ways it can be set up. Alright? I'm going to run these right through here. Alright, what I've got now is I've got this thing set up by these loops. And I've got it where the black part is in the back and the camo is in the front. So what we're going to do next is I'm going to get in here. And I got me a little bit of paracord here. I think I'm going to take a short piece and tie it off to this tree and then take the rope and tie it off over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to tie the roof up here a little bit. And then I'm going to explain what we're going to do. So, let's go and get this undone. And all these loops are double sewn and triple sewn. They are really sewn in here. We're going to pull that up right here.
Is that a bird?
I don't know what that was.
There's something buzzing too.
I keep hearing a loud crashing back here in the woods. Well, anyway. And that is some thick woods up there. Alright, so anyway, with this shelter, what you want to do is, I've got the back tied up, and then you'll want to tie one side up real high, higher than this other side. Tie it up. And then what you've got here is you've got a reflective roof and a reflective back wall. And what you can do, but I'm going to take it down and swap it around. So I'm not going to put the stakes in the back, but what you can do is put stakes in the back, and you can stake this down so that air won't get up under it. Now, if you want to, if it's raining, say you can have a fire right here in the corner, and then you could lay a bivy sack in the back side. Or you could even take this thing right here if you wanted to. And you can make this your cooking shelter if it was raining or snowing. Because you could sit here and you could have your fire here and your fire would be underneath there. And all of the heat in here would be reflected back towards you. It wouldn't be lost. Now, the other thing that I'm debating on is these two walls here. Okay. Right now the way it works is I have these shark clips. I'm going to show you them. Same thing as a tarp clip, if I can get it out. Now on the tarp clip, that's where you'll take multiple tarps. Like a lot of times it comes in handy for if you've got like a grabber blanket, and you can take 2 or 3 and you can clip them together into a certain configuration. Now, these, I was thinking about sewing them on the side. I was thinking about sewing them on right here, but I don't know. for now, I'm going to put this clip on so we can look at it. But the thing is if I sew it on this side, I don't know how it'll work as a super shelter. But we'll see. Let's click this thing up here. I'm going to put one end on. So if you had to, you could use this for even lifting up this end for even more support if the rain was really heavy. Let's grab one more. Now see, with it like this, I could even clip it to this. And if I was to peg this down on this end, it would actually have an end here. It would have an end here and an end there, kind of like a baker tent, okay? But the thing is I don't know if I want to permanently sew it here or permanently sew it across here. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the other side on, and then I'm going to leave it clipped on so that when we flip it over, and this becomes the bottom, we'll see how it does. Because I haven't even set this up yet at all. This is a complete first time. All right, now if you look here and see what I've done is I went ahead and I staked down the back. Now I think if you had to, you could cover the front of this with plastic and this could be a super shelter. Or, let's move over here and have a look. The fact that the roof extends out so much more, you could put the plastic from there to there and have the fire right there in the front of the super shelter. And it would be protected from the snow and the rain and everything. Now something I've already noticed evident is, if you'll see, this fabric is a square. This is no longer the 90 degrees. The back wall and up is not 90 degrees. So that fabric doesn't necessarily fit. There's a gap there. So it's a good thing I didn't sew it on right there. But anyway, that would be a super shelter or a lean-to with no floor. We're going to flip it over to where that's the roof and the black part on the back. Let's have a look back here. See, there's the heavy duty back part of it, that plastic part. That's going to be the floor in the next setup. Alright, so let's see how that looks. I'll take this thing completely down and reset it up, but I just realized something, because like I said, I've never set this up. It's all brand new. What I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the stakes I put across the back and undo the ridge line in the back, and I'm just going to pull this thing forward and stake it down, and we're going to see if that'll work. Okay, so I think you'll get a better understanding of it if you actually watch it all happen instead of me just making it happen.
And then we proceeded to watch for 20 minutes as he fumbled with getting the second shelter set up.
Maybe not.
And here I sit with an empty cup because I drank all the coffee already.
We'll get you some more coffee in a minute. Alright, now, get all this undone. Let's get this rope out of the wad, because we don't need it. I'm pulling this through all the loops. Alright, we don't need this rope right here as a trip hazard for it's after dark. So what we're going to do, all that right there, we're going to pull this forward. We're going to pick this up because this black part is going to be the floor. And let's pull this way. Just like that. And let's stake that down just like this.
So this one has a floor?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, this setup has a floor. Now if you'll see here, there's a lot of excessive material here that is going to be like, well, I can take this off and turn this to the long side, I think. We'll see about this in a minute.
I'm not exactly a fan of shelters with no floors. I'm tired of waking up with spider bites on me.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Of course, in the summer, they still crawl on everything you sit down almost immediately. What video? We did a video. I think you were showing off something. I don't know. We do a lot of videos. We were doing something, and every time we sat something down, a spider crawled on it.
I remember it's probably during the summer. Now see, this is a little different here now. Now see, the thing is with this being double layer, normally you don't want to touch the inside wall of a tent. But if you're touching the inside of this, it's not that big of a deal because it's double layer. When the outside catches the water and runs it off, it probably won't make it through to the inside. So I think this is how it's going to be, just like this. All right. And I think I'm going to take these sides apart. Let's move that camera angle so you can get another view of it. How about that, Nick?
Yeah.
All right.
Now everybody, please remember when you make your shelter, always make sure that there is a dead tree leaning directly in its direction.
Did I do a good job of raising Nick or what?
Yeah.
Let's go take care of that thing right now.
It's funny we just now noticed that.
Yeah.
Pointed right at it.
It's leaning towards it.
Yep. Then the tree fell on old Dave. Don't try this at home.
I think what you got to do is you got to use, that's very dangerous right there. It probably would have been better to use the bow saw, but it was leaning towards my shelter. So I started rocking it, getting some momentum, and then I gave it a good jerk and got out of the way.
You might not want to do that at home.
Yeah, don't do that at home. I got a lot of experience with trees like that. And even if they're leaning in one direction, if you'll gently get them swaying, that momentum will take over. So, back to the shelter. I've unhooked these, and I want to show you something here. Let's grab some more of these and this. There's something that I want to show you. Now the opening on the end, you can see how small it is now, that this piece of material was overkill for it. So I don't know if I want to have two separate pieces of material or if I want to sew this in long ways. But let's lay it here and have a look. Let's have a look and see. Put this on. Clips are faster, but these are a lot stronger. These are guaranteed to last through the night. Now, and these you can tie off if you want to run an extra guy line to it. Now there's something I want to talk about here. When you put sides on a lean-to, it doesn't have to be a super shelter, but when you put sides on a lean-to, if you have them perfectly square like this, the wind can come and whip around inside. So what you want to do is you want to have these things coming out like this. Just like that. Now the way to cure that is you'll take one of these short clips and a stake. What you're going to do is you're going to put this clip on like this, and you're going to stretch this thing out. pull one of these off. Let's get this off. You're going to want to pull this off just like this. Stake that off. Alright. Now when it comes to that part right there, you can just lay a piece of wood on it. We got to use Widowmaker. Alright, so we're just going to pull this out and just lay this on.
It sounded very rotten.
Yeah, it did. And say, I don't know. The thing is, I don't know in the future how far up I want to go with this, and I don't know if I want to sew it on or if I just want to use the clips for it. We're certainly not going to put the plastic on tonight because it's not really going to get cold enough to do that. I'd like to wait for a night when it gets down to like 0 degrees so that I can, and these ends aren't refined enough to do the plastic with. So, all right, that's pretty much all we want to show for today. So we're going to try to make some coffee here before dark. All right.
Finally.
Oh, all right. So we're going to gather up a little bit of wood, have us a little fire, make some coffee, and then we're going to sit around and talk a little bit. All right.
How's
that sound?
Sounds good to me.
Which one do you want? Have you even seen the new kukri, Nick?
Nah, show us.
Oh, well, I did it. I showed it in the last video. This is
show
Ontario.
Me
oh, okay. It's an Ontario kukri.
Oh, nice.
See? Yeah, it's very nice. I like it. I'm getting used to it.
Yeah, I can see you've gotten some use on it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already have. Yeah. I did a good video on it. My last video there.
I'm about to look at that video.
Oh, people were saying one other thing. People were saying that when you have a machete sheath, generally you want to hold on to the top, because if you hold on to the bottom, well, you can wiggle it out and then lift it up. If a sheath is split like this, you could get by because you're pushing it in gently, and if you put your hand around it and lift up very gently, but there's always that danger of it cutting through. Normally, if you've got one you got to slide it in, you're going to want to hold the top. But if you don't push it in like a maniac, you're going to be okay. All right. So let's get some firewood going. Get a fire going. I got that little grill and that coffee pot. We're going to make some coffee and we're going to talk about it. Okay.
All right. Yeah.
All right. Sound good to me?
Sounds good. Give me the kukri. I got to try it out.
All right. I'm gonna try the saw here. Well, not try the saw. Use the saw. All right. Let's get some wood. It's gonna get dark on us. Nathan 4071. Hear Nick in the background back there with that kukri. It's got that ping sound. He may take it from me. All right, we got the fire going good. I got my small coffee pot. I have. Let's see. A filter for today and a filter for tomorrow. So what I'm going to do with this filter, I'm going to put it in here. Unzip this. So I got it in that little pouch on the side. Let's fill this up. Man, hear that motorcycle in the background? That's louder than an 18-wheeler. That is super loud. Must be a Harley Davidson. You hear it? Man, that's loud. Alright, now with these things right here, unless you've got a coarse ground coffee, you need to use a filter. This is some stuff I got off of Amazon. It's called Door Country Colombian. So let's try it. This is 1.5 ounce. So I think this should be enough for today and tomorrow. There you go. Yeah, that's a little less than half the bag. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fold this over. I hope you can see that by the firelight. I'm going to fold that over and then I'm going to put this lid on it here, like that. And then when you put it in here, you'll want to tuck it inside here so that the flames don't get it. And that will be our coffee. Alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add a few more logs to it. Oh, let me move you up. I'm going to add some more logs to it to keep it going. Hey, look at this. I'm going to take this and I'm going to fold this over. I'm going to put it in this zipper pouch too. So, there you go, right there. Got my coffee and my filter for in the morning there. Got a little bit of water in there. And then I've got my canteens. I use Nick's water because he's still out there in the woods somewhere. That's hot. Well, did you decide to come back?
Yeah. Wait. Oh, there I am. Yeah, I'm back. I was messing with this around. This is my first time using it. He said that there were a lot of reviews of people saying it was getting chipped or something. I don't know. But I just beat the heck out of it on a bunch of down trees and stuff, but the edge still held up. There's not a chip in it anywhere. So, I like it.
Nick, that wind is whipping around. Look at, see that fire right there?
Yeah.
How it's blowing one direction. I don't even feel the wind blowing that hard.
Well,
man. Okay.
this is a sleeping shelter, not a sitting shelter.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see or not, but it's starting to get kind of dark out there. I got each end of the shelter over there set up. Got that other end over there set up. And we are bubbling.
Yep.
Me and Nick bought new headlamps.
I don't know if that's making any glare on the camera doing that.
I don't know.
I look at it.
See that bubbling? Nick's got it timed. We're going to let it bubble for 3 or 4 minutes.
We got 2 more minutes.
We got these new headlamps that are cool. They're made by Farpoint, and they've got a spot. They got a spot lamp on top, and then they've got a long LED strip right there. And they swivel. So, You mash the button once, and you've got the spotlight. You mash it again, and you've got the LED part. And it's got a magnet on the end, so you can attach it to something metal. It's pretty cool. It comes in for handy for times like this.
Oh yeah. Time campfires.
Let's put a little light on the situation. Whoop. So they were nice and bubbly. Crank you up a little bit. Take a look over the shelter. Stay back behind us. It's starting to get dark.
Yeah.
We're going to be drinking coffee here in just a minute. We are bubbling. Nick, is it coffee time yet?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah, it looks like it's popping up over the rim.
Let's have a quick scan out there. This is about the darkest place that you'll ever be in the woods. I mean, this is thick, 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 thick woods. And honestly, the only comfort is knowing that we're 1 mile from the road. If things get bad, we can take off running. So, let's walk over here.
It keeps lifting the lid up every now and then.
Does it?
Yeah, I understand that. I think it's because we left it on for about 2 times as long as we should have.
Well, you said you like it strong. Yeah. All right, let's see. Where's them cups at?
Oh yeah, this is causing a glare on the camera. Kinda.
Oh, you can see it?
Yeah.
All right. Hey,
You can see everything, but you can see everything kind of better with this mode. But I can see from here that it's glaring the camera pretty bad.
Okay.
So.
Hey, should we put a shot of water in there to cool it a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay, because it's kind of strong.
It's hotter than usual. I don't think we've ever let it sit for that long.
Shine it over here.
Same grounds that may make it go to the bottom.
Yeah, if there's any. It's still bubbling. I think I should take it off. Should I? Yeah, I'm gonna take it off. Where to set it? What if it won't bubble if I put it on the edge of it?
I wouldn't do that.
Let's watch it and see. Yeah, it's still bubbling. See, a lot of times if I put it on the ground, the dirt will char into it. See this or not, but this is exactly why I hate filming at night. I know those solo overnighters and camping with my dog are popular, but this is just so hard to do. Anyway, my my headlight that had these things, we're going to try to use this to see.
Coming over at me.
Wait a minute, that ain't it. There it is. I'm going to see if we can use this with it not glaring on the camera. Let me look at the camera here and see.
Am I glaring or?
Turn yours off. All right, because it's right above the camera. All right, Nick. Look at this. Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
All right. Now, let me give me some to sit on.
Yeah, this ain't. Yeah, we're not set up for filming at night, and I think the smoke makes this worse when I point the light towards the camera.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you can see us.
Yeah.
Well, turn this way. All right.
Yes.
All right. Ready?
I already spilled some.
Oh no.
Oh, it's still pretty hot.
Yeah, it is.
I'm gonna burn my tongue on this.
Wait a minute, you gonna pour some out, put a little bit more water in?
Well, I can drink it. I can drink
Well,
it. Yeah.
I'm gonna put in just a touch more. That's 100% Colombian.
I think out here it'll probably cool off quicker than this summer.
Oh, okay. All right, hope y'all had fun. I know we did. Did you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did you set your hammock up?
I'm gonna need your light.
I'm gonna need your light. All that time you spent playing with that kookery.
Yeah, it's nice. It's fun. Yeah.
That's good coffee right there.
Yeah. I would cheers you, but if I do, it's gonna slosh everywhere.
I cheers you. How about that?
Huh? No, I got lucky. Yeah.
That is so good. I don't think it's going to be that cold. Anyway, I think I'm going to bring that camera in a little bit closer so they can hear us talking. I don't know if you can hear us talking or not. We've been kind of over here mumbling amongst ourselves.
Yeah, we're just talking about how good this coffee is.
Yeah. All right, Nick's over there still drinking coffee at the campfire in the shelter. Now I want to try something here. I want to swing you around. I'll swing you around out here in the woods. Now I'm going to try my head. Look at that, all that. I think anything close up is throwing the focus out. Man, that dog's close. Yeah, see, everything out there's throwing the focus on it. So that's pretty bright for a headlamp.
Yeah. I can definitely tell with you pointed straight at me.
Oh, I can't? You can? Let's try the other mode. Okay, now the other mode is lighting me up. Here, let's have a look. See? This is exactly why I hate filming at night.
You can't see anything on the camera.
No.
You use a light.
How do people do that?
I guess they just gotta do like this right here, where you got it, some ambient light hanging from somewhere.
I guess so. And see, the camera's having trouble focusing now. I think the bright light from the fire's messing it up.
Yeah.
Oh well. Sit there for a minute. Now, is that glare okay?
Huh?
Yeah. Am I? Oh, it's recording. What was that?
What?
Did you hear that?
Throw a leaf in.
Don't do that. Smoke's killing me. All right, well, we hope you had fun and we hope you enjoyed it. And if anybody's got any ideas, like I said, the basics of this thing is finished. The roof and the floor. Because what you're looking at right now is I can crawl in there and I can either sleep in there, you know, safely protected from most of the wind and the rain, or I could have a fire in the front reflecting back on me, or I could have the plastic on the front like a super shelter, or I could flip it over the other way and have it as a wall and a roof like if I have a bivy sack. So the ends are still up in the air. If anybody's got any good ideas on the ends, feel free to comment. So, oh, and I need to come up with a name for this.
Well, I'm gonna call it already the neck breaker, because you try to sit up in it and it's gonna break your neck, because this doesn't feel good right here.
You can set up with it the other way, but you're laying it this way. So I don't know. I mean, it's a super shelter, but it's like a permanent super shelter because I ain't got to. I can set this up over and over and over and use it all the time. Okay. So sound good, Nick?
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. Cheers. Anything you want to add?
Don't try to sit up in this.
Hey, who owns the kookery now, me or you?
I can take it off your hands for a little bit.
Oh, can you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I can take that off your hands a little bit.
All right.
Yeah.
So Nick has tested, I have tested the kookery, so now it will be in the mighty skilled hands of Nick, and he's going to test it for about a couple of weeks. And we'll see what he thinks about it.
Yeah.
So I guess we're going to finish off this coffee here, and we're going to kind of, I guess, just chit-chat and just enjoy the sounds of the silence of the nature. Oh, this mountain, if you go all the way up here, there's a mountain behind us. And if you go over into the next valley, that next mountain is John's Mountain. So I've managed to get this close to John's Mountain. I got a mountain separating me and it. But one day I'll go back. One of these days. Nick doesn't go to John's Mountain. You don't like John's Mountain, do you?
Nah.
I didn't think so. So,
There's some bad memories there.
Yeah.
I've seen some stuff.
Oh, I have too. All right, well, get out and enjoy life. Like I said, comments about the shelter are welcome. If you got a cool name for it, you know, I may even put, if you come up with a cool enough name, I may change the title of this video to reflect the name you've given it. So, enjoy life, enjoy your family, get out, camp while you can. We shall see you in the next one.
See you later.
I'm already pretty warm in here. Just with that tiny bit of fire coming in, I can actually feel it reflecting off of this. But I'm not going to have a fire tonight. I don't want the wind picking up tonight on me. I'm not even going to take my boots off tonight. Because these are new boots with new wool socks and I haven't sweated in them much, so I think I'll be okay. I got one whoopee on top of me. And I'm going to have the other whoopee behind me for if I get cold. But this actually ain't too bad. They say this reflective material, the closer it is to your face, the more it reflects back. And I honestly feel like I can kind of feel it. If you touch it, you'll sweat. Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
You in your hammock?
Yeah.
All right. Are you done for the night?
Yeah.
All right, old man.
Good night, everybody.
Did you hear Nick? Yell it again.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, y'all. Look at that full moon through the trees.